Hello, 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 sellers. Come on in. Come on in. Such a good topic today. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm so excited about the topic. And the topic is stop sabotaging your eBay sales. And I'm going to show you how. This came up from a terrific question in my eBay seller group, eBay selling, nothing but eBay selling. And I dug into it for the seller, which is why I'm going to actually stream on this because it's so interesting. Hi, Vicki. Good to see you. So first of all, thank you for joining me live, Vicki. For those of you that are live with me on my Facebook business page, I love to be selling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those that grab it from YouTube, Kathy Terrell, I love to be selling. I so appreciate you. And do hit subscribe. And then those of you who download my podcast, Kathy Terrell, I love to be selling. Thank you. I appreciate you. So this is what's so interesting. And I'm going to dig right into this. And Vicki, you'll tell me if you've ever heard this. So I'm going to read this. And a really good question from the seller. I mean, that's what I love is, you know what, when you're uncertain about something, ask. Okay. And you guys, you're always welcome to email me. At I love to be selling. So it's I love to be selling at gmail.com. I have to remember my email because I don't email myself. There's also a contact me through my website, and you can do that too. But anyway, so this wonderful seller asked about top rated seller status and promoted listings. Okay. And I'm so glad we got to her because I wanted to go stop because she was getting ready to sabotage herself and sabotage sales. So she wanted to know, is it true that once you're a top rated seller, you don't need to advertise because eBay will do it automatically? Okay. My response was, I was like, so I can see some sellers, and I'm going to take you to the page and I can see how it could be misinterpreted. Become a top rated seller, and we're going to go over the criteria. And once they become a top rated seller, because of the way it's phrased on the page, stop their promoted listings, sabotaging their sales. Now, the reason the seller asked the question is because they're paying quite a bit of money in their words on promoted listings. So now that they've become a top rated seller, which takes work, can they stop the promoted listings, stop paying eBay so much money? And so we came in to help them, and I'm going to walk you through what we shared with the seller. So first of all, let's take a look at what the criteria is for top rated seller, because you want to see what eBay says. Those of us that have been around the block a few times. Oh, and it was so funny. I was called an OG eBay seller by a wonderful seller friend who posted on Instagram giving me a shout out, which I was thrilled. But I haven't been called. That was the first time I've ever been called old guard. I was like, oh, I know I'm over 30 now. But anyway, let me just show you this. It's fun how things evolve. So this is the criteria for top rated seller program. So we're going to scroll down. What's the top rated seller program? Sellers who deliver exceptional customer service may qualify for eBay's top rated seller program. We support top rated sellers with exclusive benefits that can help boost your listings visibility. And this is where she got caught. Improve conversion, save money. We all want to save money, and protect you from abusive buying behavior and events outside your control. Benefits. Top-rated sellers receive enhanced visibility in eBay search results. This is eBay saying this. And exclusive seller protections. By becoming a top-rated seller, you will also be able to receive top-rated plus, which, by the way, is in addition to top-rated seller. Just because you're top-rated seller doesn't mean you're top-rated plus. That will be prominently displayed on your qualifying listings. Top-rated plus seal lets shoppers know they can buy with confidence when they purchase your items. And for that, it has to be same or one business day handling time, 30-day or better returns, and the returns need to be free returns for top-rated plus. So the seller met the criteria for top-rated, which is that you're on the platform for more than 90 days. Hang on, because they have the qualifications. Let me just scroll down. Okay. eBay account active for 90 days. 100 or more transactions and 1,000 in sales during the last 12 months with U.S. buyers. Defect rate less than or equal to 0.5%. Cases closed without seller resolution that equal, excuse me, less than or equal to 0.3. Late shipment rate less than 3%. Tracking uploaded within your stated handling time. And this is all on, I'm going to hop over to my eBay, so I'm saying the right thing, because it is a good thing to check on, just sort of see how you're doing, because sometimes you can pick up a defect or a late shipment and you're just not aware of it. In Seller Hub, and I believe you do need to be on desktop or laptop, look under performance, and you're going to want to look at seller level, okay, and it'll tell you. So this wonderful seller qualified. So it's like, yay, I'm a top rated seller. And because of the language on the page, which I have to agree really sounds like exclusive benefits that can help. I love it. That can help. This is where you have to watch, the words they're using. That can help boost your listings visibility, improve conversion, save money, and protect you. Okay. So the way this seller read it, and also claimed that somebody from eBay, which I don't know who, I don't know, like if it was a nice customer service person. I don't know if it was somebody new to the customer service program. I have no idea. But anyway, this seller, what they heard, and again, sometimes, we don't hear everything, but what they heard, what they believed, what they understood was they were going to get really enhanced search results once they became a top-rated seller. Okay. It does say benefits enhanced visibility in eBay search. So let's talk about eBay search. eBay search, the default for eBay search, if you're not aware of it, is best match. I wish it was true, but no, I agree, Vicki. And let's go into this. And I understand how the seller felt that, because it says enhanced search. I mean, it's there on the top rated page, but they sort of wiggle around with how they're saying it, with saying, hang on a second. Top rated sellers receive enhanced visibility. I mean, they say it, you receive enhanced visibility. But what does that mean? And that's what I'm going to dig into. I want to show that to you so that you can see what it means. I picked one category. Obviously, it's different. But you receive enhanced visibility. Now, this is where you put on your thinking cap, but it can be hard. Enhanced visibility. Does that mean that your item, which is now perhaps towards the bottom of, let's say the second page of search in your category, all of a sudden skyrockets to the first page at the top? Very unlikely. I mean, very unlikely. Okay. You might bump up a little bit. So enhanced means a bit. Enhanced does not mean skyrocket to the top of eBay search. Okay. But let's take a look at what best match is for eBay. If you're not aware of it, best match is eBay's default search. And the reason I said you don't want to sabotage your sales, I don't want people, and again, this is all free will. We make the best choices for ourselves. But I'm doing this video because I want to help sellers, especially our newer sellers, not make the mistake of turning off promoted listings if they're doing it because they've become top-rated sellers. And congratulations when you do. It's a good thing. So best match. Best match is eBay's default search. When they talk about optimized search or showing up in eBay search, typically you're talking about best match because this is what eBay defaults to on mobile and on desktop. So if people are just searching on eBay, if they're not using any kind of filters, eBay's showing them best match. Okay. Criteria for best match. Okay. How closely the listing matches the buyer search term. So like me and Vicki and I are searching for white water bottles. It's very unlikely that eBay's going to show me Nike shoes. Okay. If I'm looking for water bottles, now it might show me yellow water bottles. It might show me, like, let's say eBay knows I live in New York City and I like New York things. It might show me a white water bottle that has New York City motifs on it, but it's not going to show me a Coach purse when I'm looking for a water bottle. Okay. So your listing has to be relevant to what the person is looking for. How popular the item is, and I have a really good example of this, so just hang on, which is that people are looking at it, clicking on it, It's a popular listing. It's getting a lot of attention for whatever reason. The price, you know, we all want to go price high. I mean, this is good. You definitely, you want to get your money's worth and you want to make nice margins and you want to make a profit. But if everybody is selling, this is a Progress Not Perfection water bottle. If there's 15 of these listed and mine is $5 more than everybody's, there better be a really good reason why mine is $5 more. Was it signed by, Wayne Gretzky is what popped in mind because my grandson loves Wayne Gretzky, wonderful hockey player. Is there a reason? Okay. Otherwise, if you're $5 more than everybody else and everybody's is the same as yours, as far as it's in the box, it's new, there's minimal shelf wear, the price is going to matter. The other ones that are less expensive will in all likelihood show up in a better search placement. Okay. So your price matters. The quality of your listing. This is when people talk about optimized listings, your description, your photos, all of that kind of thing. And speaking of which, if you don't know, we have a live event coming up in New York City. So I'm in New York and I run the meetup in New York City. It's called the Greater New York City Meetup. And if you don't know, which some people don't know, eBay has a New York City office. eBay has offices in Salt Lake. eBay has an office in San Jose. eBay has an office in the Pacific Northwest. And eBay also has a New York City office. They're very kind. About once a quarter, we get access to a very nice meeting room they have there. And we have in-person seller meetings in the eBay NYC office, which is just great. And a huge benefit of meeting in the New York City office is wonderful staff. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on top of what's happening with eBay search and best match and promoted listings is I get the opportunity to talk to eBay staff on a regular basis. And what's great is for the April 8th event, which is live in New York City in Midtown Manhattan, is we do have people from the eBay listing optimization team will be there. And we also have promoted listings, which is why I thought about all of this when I saw this post. So if you've always wanted to talk live and in person with promoted listings people, with eBay listing people, I also have a very good friend from a really good ad agency in New York City who knows a lot about Google search for small business. She's going to be there. I've got Josh from Vendu, which is a cross-listing app for eBay. He's going to be there presenting. We have a great seller roundtable that my friend Viv Vassar is going to be running with really good sellers with different ways they source inventory, different selling strategies. It's great to hear from sellers. And I'll be doing some tips, but it's a super, super, super opportunity. So if you'd like, this is on the Meetup site. So you need to look for Meetup, just MEETUP, and look for Greater New York City eBay Meetup. And you'll need to join the group. Okay, I'll let you in. And then you sign up for the event. It is live. It is not taped. It is not streamed. You come. And I've got sellers flying in from Ohio, Florida. I just had a wonderful friend in the Chicago area because her daughter lives in New York. She's going to be coming in. So we've got 24 wonderful sellers signed up. We have 45 slots. So once we're full, that's it because of fire laws in the building. But it's a tremendous opportunity for a nice, small, intimate event to meet with eBay staff and other sellers. And we also will have lunch included and a continental breakfast. We start at 9:30 and we'll be wrapping around 3 o'clock. So that's a super, super, super opportunity to dig into optimizing your listings. What is best match? Promoted listings. So anyway, back to how to optimize your listings. How complete your listing is, that you have filled it in. You've got your pictures, you've got your title, you've got your item specifics. All of this factors into ranking in best match. Okay. So as a top rated seller, you do get a slight bump in best match criteria. eBay has said that. If back to Vicki, if Vicki and I both have our water bottles listed, right? Both the same price, both the same condition, you have to realize the items have to be very, very, very much the same or exactly the same. If one of us is top rated and the other isn't, yes, the top rated seller status can move you up. Okay. But be careful with that. Now, what the seller had said, which I thought was interesting, was that the reason they were asking was that they were spending a lot of money on promoted listings. So now that they were a top-rated seller, they were like, yay, I could turn promoted listings off because from what I understand, I'm going to get better search results being a top-rated seller. And yes, eBay promises its top-rated sellers that part of the top-rated seller program is the better status or the better enhanced visibility, they call it. Enhanced visibility for your listings. But again, does that mean that your item is shooting to the top of search? Wouldn't that be nice? Does that mean that you can, let's say, cut back on the rate? Let's say you're paying them 4%. Could I cut back to 2%? So this is my thought. Okay. And I use promoted listings. There are some listings I don't, but I would say like 99% of my listings are promoted listings. If you're getting, for instance, so if you're paying eBay a lot of money for promoted listings, and I'm going to assume that you're still making good margins, right? You have figured out what your cost of your item is. You figured out your shipping costs. You're making money. Okay. We want to make money. We're in business to make money. eBay's in business to make money. We're in business to make money, right? Is if you're paying what you consider a lot of money in promoted listings and you're still making money. Okay. So you're still making 30% margins, 40% margins, 50 or better. It's working. I mean, that's what I want to say is, would it be nice to get it sold without promoted listings? Yes. And if you look at your paid and shipped, you'll see that some of your items are selling without promoted listings. But the bottom line is it's working. If you're paying promoted listings fees, it means you're getting sales from promoted listings. Now, as a top-rated seller, could you tweak your rate a little bit, maybe drop it a bit? You might. And I would certainly, if you're paying again 4, perhaps drop it to 3.5 or 3. But in my mind it's working. I mean, you have found the rate that works. There's so many sellers that do promoted listings at whatever rate they're doing it, and they're not getting results, or they're not getting the results they want. They would love to be in your shoes and be getting results from promoted listings. Okay. So keep that in mind. I wanted to show you. So back to, am I going to get great search results as a top rated seller without paying eBay promoted listings? Which I think is a great question, right? We're all after, we want to get sales and pay the minimal amount of fees, right? So this is what, and Vicky says, I don't use promoted on low listings, only higher price. And that's another way to do it, is to look at what your price range is, okay? But this is what I want to point out with promoted listings. So we're doing Michael Kors bags, and there's a huge range. And I picked Michael Kors because there's a lot of listings, okay? I wanted to pick a category where we have a lot of listings. So I picked Michael Kors, and I just want to show you this because it was really, I got to tell you, it was really interesting. So full disclosure, I do buy some Michael Kors bags on eBay, but not using this seller ID. So for this exercise, I used a seller ID that I don't shop with, okay? And I only searched Michael Kors purse. I didn't put in color. I didn't put in size. I wanted to use best match. I wanted to see what eBay would throw at me. So I did an extremely general search, okay? And Vicky, I would love you to fly to New York to come to the meetup April 8th. You want an excuse to come to New York? Yeah, you've got one. So anyway, we did Michael Kors. So first of all, note this, there's 130,000 Michael Kors. So that means you have a lot of competition, okay? Scroll down. Now, speaking of promoted listings, I want you to notice this. The first 4 bags that I look at, and again, very general search, but I bet this is true for all Michael Kors searches. The first 4 bags across the top, if you're not aware of this, every single one has sponsored in small writing. Do you know what that means? Okay. Raise your hand, put it in the comments. Let me know. I'll be checking chats all over social media, but you tell me, do you know what the word sponsored means? And it's not just on eBay. when you see it on a listing. I'll give you a sec. Actually, it gives me a chance to get a grab of water. It means the item's promoted. So my wonderful seller friend who's now top rated, and again, congratulations. The first 4 listings I'm seeing are all promoted. Now, these sellers might also be top rated. I did not click in on each one. Every single one is doing promoted listings, okay? Because they all say sponsored. We're going to keep scrolling. This is row 2. Hang on a second. I just want to make sure I'm right on this. Yes. So row 2, this is now listings. And notice the word sponsored is not on these listings. Okay. So these items are all promoted listings. These items are all what eBay calls organic search. Now, just because you do promoted listings doesn't mean your item isn't sold to people without a promoted listings placement. And if you do promoted listings, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I could be promoting like the yellow purse. I could be promoting it, but it may sell through what is called an organic search, which is eBay showing it. It's showing up in search. Because remember best match? Because it's a quality listing. It's got good pictures. It's got good title. It's got good pricing. It will show in organic. It will also show in sponsored search as promoted listings. Right now in this search, I'm getting to see it in an organic placement. Okay. So then the question is, are these people top rated? Are they showing here because they are top rated sellers? And I clicked through and I looked. The yellow bag is not a top rated seller, but you look at it, it's an excellent listing. So isn't that interesting? The other 3 bags right next to them to the right are all top rated sellers. So yellow, not top rated, but an excellent quality listing. The other 3 are. Are they there because they're top rated? I don't know. Right? I don't know. eBay's not a Kathy, it's because they're top rated. I don't know. I'm just noting. 1, not top rated, but very attractive bag, very good. I happen to love yellow. Very attractive, very good listing. The others, no. So isn't that interesting? Okay. But so 3 out of 4 are top rated. So you draw your conclusions on that. And again, these are not sponsored. Okay. And again, to my wonderful seller who was thinking of cutting back or stopping promoted listings because now they're top rated, you might show up in these searches. But for me, for my money, I want to show up both places. I want the opportunity to show up in a promoted listing placement, like in that first row. And just because I'm promoting it does not mean I will not get organic placement. I've sold plenty of things that are in promoted listings, and I've sold it without a promoted listings fee because I'll look at paid and shipped or waiting shipment and the item has sold and it doesn't say promoted listings on it or promoted, which lets me know it's sold from organic, which means that you're writing a good listing. Okay. So keep going. So that was, now look at this. Picked for you. Oh, thank you, eBay. Look at this. Top selling items from trusted sellers, sponsored. Okay. So this means all these sellers are paying for promoted listings. And you know what's interesting? This one with the pink handle, this is not a top rated seller, but they're showing in a sponsored position. And the reason they're here, one is they're a promoted listing. And the other thing is it is a multi-quantity item. They've sold more than one. So can I get good placement as a top rated seller without paying for promoted listings? Yes, I can. My Michael Kors search showed me that. And I picked Michael Kors because it's an extremely well-known brand with a ton of bags up. You're going to have a ton of competition. So my question I was thinking is, do I have a shot? And I'm thinking a lot of these people are doing promoted listings. Do I have a shot to show up without promoted listings? And the answer is yes. But the majority of the top placements, what they call above the fold, which is like the first things you're seeing, those first couple of rows, are promoted listings. But there is a row that does not have the word sponsored on it, which means it is not a promoted listings. 3 out of 4 in that row were top rated sellers. Isn't that interesting? So Vicki said, I'd love to go. Oh, you have to save money for your trip to Arizona. Well, of course you're going to do that and enjoy the time with your family. But next year, Vicki, start stashing away the money to come to New York, because there's some terrific. I mean, one thing that's good with New York is there's so many airlines that go in and out of New York, or again, trains. I have some people that are training in because they're in the tri-state area. Thankfully, New York is an area where you can get some really, really good airfares. And again, because there's a ton of hotels, shop around, you get a good rate on that. But isn't that interesting? So I was so glad my seller put the question up. So now that I'm a top rated seller, should I stop my promoted listings ads because of the fact that eBay is promising me enhanced visibility as a top rated seller? I leave it to you to conclude on that. But again, could you experiment with your rates to see if you can bring them down a little bit? Or as much as, we like to put money in our pockets, if a certain rate for you is working and you're getting sales, is to really focus on that. Okay. And then looking at the Michael Kors and seeing how many, again, the top placements. It doesn't mean you're not going to show in search. Doesn't mean you won't be available to shoppers, but how many of those first placements, those first couple of rows, go to promoted listings sellers? Okay, and that was the answer. So great question. I was so glad she posted it. You definitely want to be a top rated seller and meet the criteria. It's a good thing for you as a seller always. But having achieved top rated seller status, does it equate with stopping my promoted listings fees? And I'll let you answer that one. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling. Thank you so much for joining me. Do come to New York April 8th for the in-person meetup if you're able to. Bye-bye, everybody.